Welcome to the fall 2022 Fall District Meeting and Awards Ceremony of the Worcester District Medical Society. We have a great program on for you tonight. I'm sorry that we're doing this on Zoom, but nevertheless, it should be good, and I think you'll enjoy it. Martha's gone to a lot of effort to get us all set up correctly here. So, Dr. Pugnair is a professor emeritus in the Office of Educational Affairs at UMass Chan. And though she's retired, she's still active in the school, teaching, mentoring, and it has been a longstanding member, an executive member of the Worcester District Medical Society. And she's been chair of the scholarship committee since 2020, or since 2000. So 22 years worth of work, and does a terrific job. As I got recruited into this a number of years ago, I can attest. She also serves on the awards committee, and is trustee of the Worcester District Medical Library. So please welcome Dr. Pugnair to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you, Giles. I'm not sure what the podium looks like for you guys, but I can't see all your smiling faces, but I can feel the positive vibes coming down through the screen. So thank you very much for that kind introduction, Giles, and welcome to everyone this evening. I always love this presentation because we get to see the future of medicine in the awardees that are going to be recipients of our scholarships, and I can promise you they won't disappoint us. We always start this tradition of the award ceremony with the medical students because that's where the pipeline starts. They are not only today's students, but they will be tomorrow's next generation of physicians and continued WDMS members. So we honor them tonight, and we hope that one day they'll be part of these Zoom meetings as future WDMS practicing physicians and members. But before we introduce our students, thank you, Martha. A lot of credit is due to this process. We have a wonderful scholarship committee team. I'd like to acknowledge every one of them because it's their work that makes it possible. Starting with Ken Cronin, our trustee, Dr. Janet Abrahamian, Dr. Robert Bassett, Dr. Susan George, Dr. Alex Newberry, Dr. Rebecca Kwaloff, Dr. Heidi Leftwich, Dr. Jane Lockery, Dr. Susan Moran, Dr. Nitin Trivedi, Dr. Martha Waite, and Dr. Stuart Weisberger, who stepped down this year. Thank you, Stu, for your hard work. And finally, Giles, it's been a pleasure having you on our committee as well. And just a special shout out to Ken Cronin. He has been a dedicated member of the scholarship committee since 2001 and is our trustee who always guides us wisely. And thank you, Ken, for the extra effort that you do. And I'd also like to acknowledge Martha and Melissa, whose work makes our work possible. And then not to forget, of course, the scholarship donors who make the fund possible. It is your donations, the general membership, and we see the names there of the donors, as well as our support from our named sponsors. And they, I think, are on the next slide. Martha, do we have them?
Everyone's mixed on one slide in alphabetical order.
Okay. So thank you all for making the scholarships possible. And we wanted to just remind you that there are no envelopes this year. So we are going to try to make it as easy as possible for you to donate. All you have to do is go to WDMS.org, and right there on the front page of our website, you'll see the green button. You just click there. It'll take you right to the donor page, and you can put in whatever amount you so desire and do it however you want to pay. So keeping it simple and keeping it easy. And tonight we've added another way to sort of motivate you to make it easy to donate, which is by just taking your cell phone out, pointing and tapping with your device on this QR code, and that will take you right to the donations page that we had shown you previously. So as the evening goes on, if one of the candidates inspires you and you feel the urge, you can click right on that QR code and make your donation. So without any further ado, let's present to you our 12 2022 scholarship recipients. Enjoy the little bio so you can get to know each and every one of them and stay inspired. So starting first with Denai Alexandru. Denai is the recipient of the Worcester District Medical Society Scholarship Award. She's a Worcester native. She graduated from the University of Rochester in 2020 with a degree in public health and Spanish. She spent a year as a medical assistant in Massachusetts before she enrolled at the Loyola University Chicago Stritch School of Medicine. She's a second-year student there, and she hopes to focus her career interest in a surgical subspecialty that works with underserved communities and combating public health issues. And in her free time, she enjoys volleyball, running, and baking with family and friends. Congratulations to Denai. Next, we have Natasha Bitar. Natasha is the recipient of the St. Vincent Medical Staff Award and the Milford Regional Medical Center John A. Routh Book Award. She is in her second year at UMass Chan and went to UMass Amherst for her undergrad and Wachusett Regional for high school. She spent her gap years in infectious disease research at Mass General. Born in Worcester, she is grateful to be back with opportunities to serve the local community through the Worcester Free Clinic, the Worcester Asylum Clinic, teaching English to refugees, and mentoring Worcester State pre-med students. Congratulations to Natasha. Next slide is Arpan Bose. He is the recipient of the Julius Tegelberg Scholarship Award. Born at UMass Memorial Hospital, Arpan went to Worcester Academy and then on to the University of Michigan. He's now a second-year student at UMass Chan, and after having done research at UMass Michigan and Novartis College, medical school is keeping him busy. He's volunteered at the VA Medical Center and was a personal caregiver to a World War II veteran. He's a huge Red Sox fan, Michigan football, and Patriots fan. Congratulations to Arpan. Next, Kendall Burdick, the recipient of the Paulette Griffin Pugner Book Award. Kendall's a fourth-year medical student at UMass, and she's enrolled in the population-based urban, rural, and community health track, also known as the PERCH track, based at Springfield. Outside her clinical training, she's involved in research focused on education, social determinants of health, policy, and access to care. She has multiple peer-reviewed publications and conference presentations, and she's currently applying in pediatrics for her residency and enjoys overwatering her plants, Peloton, and strong coffee. Congratulations to Kendall. Next, Kimberly Burke, recipient of this Dr. Sidney Kadish Book Award. Kim is a third-year student at UMass Chan. She was active with student volunteering efforts during the pandemic, helped to scribe for asylum cases through the Worcester Asylum Clinic, and she's a member of the Global Health Pathway and the population-based urban and rural community health track. She's interested in the effects of socioeconomic and geopolitical factors on health outcomes. Congratulations to Kimberly. Next, Allison Chevalier, and she is the recipient of the Dr. Sanfrey Lillistrom Scholarship Award and the Amaral Family Book Award. Allison's from Southbridge, and after attending Boston College, she continued her journey to the New York Institute College of Osteopathic Medicine, where she's now a third-year medical student. Through her time at a harm reduction center, she's developed a passion for working with underserved populations, and now that she's in her core rotations, she's witnessed the great need for additional care for underserved and the health disparities that they face. She hopes to dedicate herself to the practicing medicine in central Massachusetts one of these days. Congratulations, Allison. Next, we have Margaret Desmond. She is the recipient of the Dr. Leonard J. Morse Scholarship Award. She's a second-year medical student at Loyola University Chicago Stritch School of Medicine, and she's involved in leadership in the Community Health Clinic, the Enrich Community Garden, and Nutrition Medicine Interest Group, and the Students for Wellness Advisory. Her research examines the relationship between the gut microbiome and the cardiovascular system. Passionate about preventive care and innovative education, she's also created a yoga anatomy curriculum for current first-year students. And she's also in the first-year cohort of the Interprofessional Rural Telehealth Certificate Program. Congratulations to Margaret. Next, Ariana Gray. Ariana is the recipient of the Dr. Lillian A. Luxus Scholarship Award and the Sadev and Carolyn Posse Family Book Award. Ariana is currently a third-year student at Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine and grew up in Worcester, the second of 4 children to a single parent who did not have the opportunity to pursue higher education. She will be the first to obtain a professional degree in her family. She wants to express her deep gratitude to the committee for their generosity. In her own words, "Your faith and action make a profound impact on my education," and she looks forward to paying it forward to other students in the future. Congratulations, Ariana. Next, we have Tara Hebert. Tara is the recipient of the Worcester District Medical Society Scholarship Award. Tara grew up in Fitchburg, Mass., and completed her undergrad degree at Boston College before moving to Ireland to pursue her MPH at the University College of Dublin. She's currently a third-year medical student at the University of New England College of Osteopathic Medicine and is completing her third-year clinical rotations at Southern New Hampshire Health in Nashua, New Hampshire. Congratulations to Tara. Next, we have Cindy Lee. Cindy is a fourth-year medical, is the recipient of the Reliant Medical Group Dr. M. Elizabeth Fletcher Scholarship Award. She's a fourth-year medical student at UMass Chan Medical School and originally from Worcester, and very happy to be back here for medical school. She went to UMass Amherst for her undergraduate degree, and she's applying into internal medicine for residency, and she's very excited about it. Cindy's long-term goals are to be able to advocate for and give back to underrepresented populations as her career progresses. Congratulations to Cindy. Next, Sienna Romano. Sienna is the recipient of the Dr. Burt Gutterman Scholarship Award and the Joyce Cariglia and David Williams Book Award. Sienna is a fourth-year medical student at Georgetown University, and she's from Hardwick, Mass. She spent 5 summers working for the Women's Microfinance Initiative in Tanzania and became a research assistant at the NIH after graduating with a double major in public health and women's gender and sexuality studies from American University. During medical school, Sienna found her passion for psychiatry during a clinical rotation on the Hoopa Indian Reservation and is now applying for residency in psychiatry. Congratulations, Sienna. And next and last, our 12th recipient, Nathan Tabor. Nathan is the recipient of the UMass Memorial Healthcare Dr. Samuel Pickens Scholarship Award. He's a fourth-year medical student at UMass Chan in the population-based urban and rural community health track. He's passionate about both clinical medicine and public health and is looking forward to pursuing a career in anesthesiology. We hope to incorporate both of these interests. Outside of medicine, he enjoys playing soccer, walking his dog, and spending time with friends and family. Congratulations to Nathan. And for the final slide, 12 very happy, smiling faces of our recipients who are our 2022 cohort of scholarship awardees. We can't applaud them in person, but I think if Martha can work her magic, she can unmute us And we can clap our hands and send them a virtual round of applause as our congratulations. So Martha, here we go. And thank you.
Yay!
Here we go.
Yay.
Thank you all. And thank you, all of you, for joining us this evening and for your support. And before closing, I just wanted to remind you of other ways that you can donate to our fund. If you could just show us the last slide, Martha. We mentioned and talked about the donations that you could make through the website, but we also want you to be aware that there are other ways that you can support the scholarship fund. You may want to consider sponsoring a named scholarship or a named book award. Either of these can be a one-time donation or renew year to year based on your donor preference. The other option to consider is the sponsorship of a named scholarship or named book award in perpetuity. And this donation will support long-term scholarships or book awards on a sustained basis. And either of these would be welcomed, as it gives us the security of knowing that we have scholarships to offer beyond our donations. Should you be interested in either options, please contact Martha, and she'll let you know all the details. So this concludes the scholarship part of tonight's award presentations. And the other honor I have, besides congratulating and awarding these students with their scholarships, is to introduce Dr. Michael Hirsch, Chair of the WDMS Awards Committee, who will be presenting our awards. It would really surprise me if anyone joining this evening didn't know Dr. Hirsch and all that he's done for the Medical Society. But even if you knew it all, I just can't resist the opportunity to sing his praises. So here goes, Mike. Dr. Hirsch is a professor of surgery and assistant vice provost for wellness and health promotion at UMass Chin Medical School, and serves as the medical director for the Worcester DPH. He's also served as our Worcester committee as a specialist in pediatric surgery, trauma, and critical care. He's been chair of the WDMS Awards Committee since 2018, chair of the Public Health Committee since 2016, and chair of the Public Relations Committee since 2014. And in addition to that, he serves on the Executive, Personnel, and Membership Committee. Thank you, Mike, for all you do, and take it away, Dr. Hirsch.
Thank you very much, Michelle. You're very generous. I guess I just like hanging around the WDMS because the membership that we have is wonderful, and the collegiality is wonderful, and I'm so happy about the awards you just gave out. So I know many of those students, and they're all terrific, and it's a very nice honor for them to get a good boost like this in the middle of these rough times that we're going through. So I have the great honor of presenting our WDMS awards this year. And before I start, I want to acknowledge the wonderful committee members that I work with to help sort out some really great candidates that we get to evaluate every year. So that's Dr. Fred Baker, Dr. Bob Bissett, Dr. Marianne Felice, Dr. Bruce Carlin, Dr. Jane Lockery, Dr. Michelle Pugnier, and Dr. Abhijit Ratchaudhary. A wonderful group, and thank you for all the hard work that you put in helping us get to this point. So the first award that we're going to prefer this year is the A. Jane Fitzpatrick Community Service Award. This is the 30th time it's been awarded, and it was established by the Worcester District Medical Society to commemorate the lifelong contributions of Dr. A. Jane Fitzpatrick. The award recognizes a member of the healthcare community for contributions beyond professional duties to improve the health and well-being of others. So this year's award is going to go to James Ledwith, who was nominated by Dr. Kavita Babu of the Emergency Medicine Department, Dr. Terry Flott, who you know is our Provost and Dean of the UMass Chan Medical School, and Dr. Diane McKee, who is the Chairman of the Department of Family Medicine. And she'll be making some remarks. Before she starts, I just want to talk a little bit about A.J. Fitzpatrick's legacy. She practiced in Worcester as a pediatrician from 1945 to 1985, so 40 years. And she was on the medical staff of Hahnemann when it still was seeing outpatient and inpatients, and she served there as the chief of pediatrics. She also practiced in Worcester City and St. Vincent's, and she was an assistant professor of pediatrics at the UMass Chan Medical School from 75 to 85. She also served for over 45 years at the Worcester Department of Public Health, where she helped staff vaccination clinics and travel clinics. And she has just been an amazing role model for all of us in public health and in pediatric health. So Dr. Ledwith is going to receive this award, and he will get a $200 donation to the charity of his choice. Dr. Ledwith has a wonderful bio as well. He's a family physician and member of UMass Chan faculty since 2005. He's a graduate of the College of William and Mary down in Virginia and the Commonwealth University School of Medicine. And after finishing his residency in Ohio, he served in rural Virginia for over 19 years. Then he came to Worcester and began leadership of the UMass Fitchburg Family Medicine Residency from 2008 to 2016. And he continues to practice at the Benedict Family and Community Medicine Center on our main campus at the university. He's had an incredible commitment to service. He served as the medical director of the Evening Free Clinics program. He's been a physician consultant for the opioid task forces. He's also worked on a consultation service for addiction. And he has been a learning community mentor for the medical students and one of the most beloved faculty members that they have. Also an advisor to the Epworth Clinic, which is one of the most favorite ones for students to attend, mainly because of his wonderful leadership. He's also been involved in emergency preparedness and was very instrumental in helping us put together the vaccine corps for our COVID response. So I'm going to popcorn this over to Dr. McKee. And I just want to say a couple of words about Dr. McKee because we're very thrilled to have her at this meeting. She's the founding director of the New York City Research Improvement Networking Group, which is abbreviated NYC RING, which is an urban-based practice group, and it focused on facilitating practice-based research and quality improvement with the goal of improving and informing the urban underserved. After a long and distinguished career in New York City, we were able to lure her here to be the chair of the Department of Family Medicine in June of 2019, and she has worked very closely with Dr. Ledwith. So I'm going to ask her to take over and present Dr. Ledwith with this award.
So thank you very much for the kind introduction. It is certainly a pleasure to say a few words of introduction for Dr. Ledwith. As chair of family medicine, I'm extremely proud of Jim and his work and have been pleased to work alongside him since I came in 2019. I was pleased to co-nominate him along with Dr. Babu and Dr. Flott. certainly, as you've heard from the intro, he's had a very distinguished career, which has really been throughout, has demonstrated his lifelong commitment to the health of communities, and he's served as an exemplary role model for our learners. He's been extensively involved with students, as you heard, across all 4 years as house mentor and in his role as medical director for the Free Clinic Coalition. And as really a driving force for the free clinics, he's spent countless hours himself, but he's also successfully harnessed the energy of so many students. He's worked with them to obtain several Remillard family-funded projects that have advanced medical and oral health within the free clinics. He, over the years, has mentored literally countless students, and his teaching, mentoring, and compassionate care have been recognized by the students who elected him into the UMass Chan chapter of the Gold Humanism Honor Society. Clinically, Jim has had a career that's marked by providing high-quality, comprehensive primary care throughout his career. And as Dr. Hirsch alluded to, he's become a leader and an advocate for safe opiate prescribing. He has stepped in to provide evidence-based and compassionate care to patients on prescribed opiates, particularly those whose primary care providers have left practice and leaving them essentially orphaned. And Jim's role has been to assist them in the transition to new medical homes. He's conducted a great deal of quality improvement work related to safe opiate prescribing, including such efforts as working to develop an interprofessional educational elective focused on patient-centered prescribing, in which he engaged students from all 3 UMass Chan schools and Mass College of Pharmacy. And in addition to serving as a local expert, he's gone on to serve as a consultant to McStep and offer his expertise to providers across the state. Among his many awards in the past, he's been named Teacher of the Year for the Fitchburg Family Medicine Residency, and he's received the Department of Family Medicine and Community Health's Chairs Award twice, once from my predecessor, Dr. Lasser, and then last year from me. He's an expert, compassionate clinician, an advocate for the underserved, as well as a dedicated community volunteer and mentor. He's highly deserving of the A. Jane Fitzpatrick Community Service Award, recognizing his amazing career and the many patients and learners he has supported, influenced, and guided. So congratulations to you, Jim.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really honored and very grateful to those of you who nominated me, Dr. McKee, Dr. Babu, Provost Flott, and also grateful to all my many colleagues who helped make my work in the community easier and more impactful. I'm also humbled to receive this award, seeing the names of people who have received it in the past, who I really see as giants in their service to our community. It's really quite amazing. Well, I really appreciate this recognition by my colleagues. I honestly have to say that I'm very fortunate that the work I get to do in my day job in the Family Medicine Center and in the school and in this volunteer service work really is incredibly satisfying for me, knowing I'm filling a gap and making a difference in people's lives. That's what drew me into family medicine. It's what sustains me in the long hours that I give to the work. I better thank my family, including my wife, Annie, who's here, who married me last month. She's already learning patience with my long hours. I have to thank my kids, all grown now, but they tolerated and occasionally benefited from my service work. And I have to say, service work has run in my family. My deceased wife, Lauren, spent her career working with the state SNAP program, which she directed for several years before her death from cancer 5 years ago. And I have to say, my mother was a role model too. She spent 2 decades stocking the clothing closet at Noah's Shelter in Hyannis on Cape Cod, where on the Cape she became, in the big box stores of the Cape, she became known as the socks and underwear lady, because she basically cleared the shelves whenever they had a big sale on those items that she could stock for the homeless of the Cape. I have to give advice to our students and to our younger colleagues who might be here. I really encourage you to step out of the structure of the clinical practice our system gives you and to take a few hours each week or each month, maybe, to do something meaningful for the people around you. It's really enhanced my life and my career. And it's so very, very impactful. I had started a free clinic in Virginia, which I kind of abandoned to come up to Massachusetts to work with UMass. And it was an easy choice for me then to respond to a call for volunteers from our medical students when they saw a need for more volunteers at the Epworth program. And I have to say, their energy carries me through the evenings that I give, and it's their fresh ideas that continue to build our program. So thank you to our students, and keep at it, both while you're here and in your future careers. Just see the care gaps around you, give a fraction of your time to finding a solution and filling that gap, if only for a few people at a time. And please get out of your offices and meet a need where you find it. When you can't extend your own hours for service because of family commitments and your own duties, support your colleagues who are doing the work, and especially support our medical students in the ambitious projects they take on to serve the community. Thank you very much. I'm very humbled and honored. Thank you very much.
So Martha, maybe we can do that unmute thing again and do that little clap thing again. Besides wonderful Jim, who is really wonderful and inspirational, we have a new award this year that was actually conceived in part by the awards committee and also by the library committee led by Dr. Sorrenti. We wanted to have a student achievement award that was going to go to a member of the Worcester District Medical Society, a student member who, based on merit and not necessarily on where they lived or economic need, would really strike us as somebody who's made a major contribution in their time in Worcester and in the area. And so this year, we are going to honor Vanya Zovanar, who has received just about every accolade thus far as a fourth-year medical student that you can have at UMass. She just was elected into Alpha Omega Alpha recently. She's in the Gold Humanism Honor Society. But this award is and she's the pioneer winner, and I think she's the perfect role model for this award going forward. She is a major volunteer in the Worcester Free Clinics, and what distinguishes her service is that she is absolutely fluent in Spanish and is very, very involved in trying to get medical Spanish taught to our student body. And it's something that has caught on in much more vigorous ways, and there are a lot of students right now that are bilingual because of some of her efforts. She has a wonderful way about her. I've not had a chance to work with her clinically, but in every meeting that I've been to, many of them Zooms, she's a natural leader, which is another criteria that we wanted to make this award about. So she has a big booster in one of our emergency medicine toxicology attendings at UMass. She's also the director of the undergrad education, Jen Carey. And Jen, unfortunately, couldn't be here tonight to give her introduction to Vanya herself, but she made a recording. This is going to be the most tricky video thing that Martha has to do tonight. But I think she's going to be able to show this movie, and then we will hear from Vanya.
I am pleased to announce this year's Worcester Medical Library Medical Student Achievement Award. This award is an achievement award based on students' merit and accomplishment in serving the Worcester District Medical Society and broader Massachusetts community. The 2022 award goes to Ms. Vanya Zovnar. Vanya is a fourth-year student at UMass Chan Medical School. She's a talented and dedicated student who exhibits remarkable leadership skills, work ethic, and compassion. Vanya's volunteerism during medical school is quite notable. Through the Worcester Free Clinic Coalition, she volunteered at monthly free clinics in the Worcester area. In her role, she worked with patients from underserved communities. She assisted patients experiencing food insecurity by connecting them with local food banks, and she helped connect patients with social needs to case managers. She was also an active volunteer at St. Anne's Free Clinic program, where in addition to providing supervised medical care, she trained student volunteers and she organized a comprehensive interpreter list for non-English speaking patients. Vanya also participated in Sidekicks, a program connecting medical students with pediatric patients facing serious illness and providing longitudinal support to those patients and their families. Vanya also actively volunteered with the Worcester Senior Center Outreach Program to communicate with seniors in the local community, providing weekly check-ins and giving emotional support during COVID. Vanya is an active participant in Worcester District Medical Society and most recently volunteered at a community service event doing a park cleanup on Bell Hill. Vanya is a strong leader and role model and has had several leadership positions. She founded and co-led the Non-English Speaking Clinical Care Interest Group and co-led several other programs, including the Medical Spanish Optional Enrichment Elective, the Global Surgery Student Alliance, and Medicine in Motion. In addition to these leadership roles, she has shown commitment to the medical school by volunteering as a planning committee member for the Anatomical Gift Program Memorial Service and served on the school admissions team as a student ambassador and interviewer. Vanya has also worked as a research assistant for the Solidarity Bridge, a nonprofit organization based out of Bolivia that provides surgical care to rural areas. In the clinical environment, Vanya has an enthusiastic approach to learning and a tireless work ethic. All around, she's a knowledgeable and strong medical student with an exceptional bedside manner. Vanya spends time getting to know her patients' concerns and clearly relays that information to the rest of the care team. She has the utmost respect for her patients, regardless of their situation, and her patients appreciate feeling heard by her. Vanya has taken initiative during her medical school career to identify areas where she can make an impact. Her compassion and dedication to developing improved access to all aspects of healthcare in the community earned her an induction into the Gold Humanism Honor Society. Her drive and commitment are truly remarkable. Congratulations to Ms. Vanya Zovnar for winning the 2022 Worcester Medical Library Medical Student Achievement Award.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Dr. Hirsch, and to Dr. Carey for those introductions. I know Dr. Carey couldn't be here. As per usual, she is juggling one of her many hats, saving lives in the...
Sorry.
No worries, Martha. No worries. I will keep this brief and just say a few thank yous. First, very much just say thank you to everyone. This is a huge honor to receive this award for the first time. Specifically, thank you to Dr. Carey and to Dr. Church for nominating me, taking the time. It really means a lot, and I truly appreciate it. For those of you who don't know Dr. Church, he is the fearless leader of the emergency medicine residency, and Dr. Carey, whom we just heard from, wears many hats. One of them is she leads our fourth-year emergency medicine rotation. Both of them have really helped me immensely in deciding to pursue emergency medicine, and I certainly would not be where I am today without their wisdom and their guidance. They have uniquely shown me that emergency medicine physicians really take a place in the front lines to help anyone who walks through our doors, and they truly commit themselves to serving the entire community that they live in, which is something that I'm very excited to continue doing as I start my residency journey in July next year. I would also like to thank the Worcester District Medical Society, the committee, Martha, for sending the emails and organizing everything. I got to meet her in person recently, and it was lovely. Thanking all of you for this privilege and honor. by far one of the best things about, I think, being a student at UMass Chan is the ability to connect and serve our local community, where I do believe that we often learn sometimes even more than what we learn in our wonderful lectures inside the medical school. I have met so many incredible people who have dedicated their time and their energy to service, many of them on this call whom I respect and look up to immensely. And being able to contribute even just a little bit as a tiny medical student through various initiatives has really been inspiring. In particular, as mentioned, I've spent a lot of time working with Dr. Lockery and the whole team at St. Anne's, where I've been able to serve as a volunteer coordinator and continue going every month to volunteer. For me, St. Anne's is really where I first saw what it truly means to serve the community, whether that's helping a recently arrived immigrant receive their vaccines, whether it's seeing the same patient for the 5th time over the course of a year because they have nowhere else to go to receive their antihypertensive medications. It's truly where I learned compassion, cultural humility, and really a lot of other core values that I hope to keep with myself as I move forward. So thank you again to everyone who is involved in the nomination, in the selection process, in presenting these awards. A huge congratulations to my classmates and to those other students who were presented with scholarship awards today. These are classmates whom I see all the time out in the community doing incredible work. And I'm really excited to see what the next steps hold, especially for my 4th year colleagues who are right now on the arduous road of interviewing to apply and receive residency positions. And of course, to Dr. Ledwith, who is a huge inspiration, as you heard, to the medical students. We all know who he is, and we all know about the free clinics, and it's something that is really, really an honor to be involved in. So in conclusion, while I'm sad that this is my last year of medical school at UMass, I am really excited to take all the lessons I have learned from all of you, from being out in the community, from all of the inspiring people I have met, and continue to serve whichever community the next step of life lands me in. So thank you very much to everyone here tonight.
Well, I can see in the response of the audience that you think we made a good choice here, giving this inaugural award to Vanya. So we're very fortunate. And we are very fortunate because we have a great field of student candidates for this award. So thank you all again on the awards committee for helping to make these choices. We are going to be giving 2 more awards out at the, I think 3 more awards out at the spring meeting this year, which will include the President's Award, the Career Achievement Award, and the Mass Medical Society / Worcester District Medical Society Community Clinician of the Year Award, which will be held on, this meeting will be held on April 11th, 2023. I did want to acknowledge another medical student, Michelle Chang, who is helping to inaugurate a program here in Worcester called Walk with a Doc. And I would urge any of you that are interested in participating in this to come on and help us. On the first Saturday of every month, at least for the next 12 months, we're going to be doing a session where a doc will be talking to a group of underrepresented minority patients about a topic of their choice. It could be prostate cancer, it could be hypertension, dermatology, ophthalmology. You can pick the topic of your choice. The American Academy of Association of Retired People, AARP, is helping to sponsor this. And Michelle, as a member of the Gold Humanism Society and the National Student Medical Association, is trying to, in particular, recruit physicians that are in the BIPOC community, either residents or attendings, to help lead these sessions. But we like to have other people kind of go along with these sessions. And what are they? 10-minute lecture by the doc, and then 50 minutes of walking. And with the help of one of our past presidents and a wonderful member of the Worcester District Medical Society, George Abraham, until April, we'll be able to walk indoors on the walking track in St. Vincent's Hospital. Michelle, I just wanted to give you a shout out that you have done a great job organizing this. So it launches on December 3rd. If any of you are interested, you can either contact her at her UMass, it's michelle.chang@umassmed.edu, or me. My next job is an easy one because I absolutely love and respect this person. Sheila Massarelli, representing the Worcester District Medical Society Alliance, is going to be presenting the Nursing Scholarship Award. I've known Sheila since I was a very young attending, and she was a very young PICU nurse. And unlike me, she hasn't aged. I have. I just hung up my scalpel, and she's still working hard as ever down in the recovery room of the operating room, and is one of the go-to nurses there because she's just a wonderful practitioner. She got her bachelor's at Georgetown University and has worked as a nurse, first in the pediatric ICU for 30 years, and then in the perioperative area for 7 more. She's married to Dan Massarelli, who's a primary care doc at UMass, and she's been a stalwart member of the Alliance for many years. She's also part-time raised 5 wonderful kids and is a grandma, and wow, she's just amazing. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Sheila to do her presentation of the Nursing Scholarship Award.
Thank you very much, Michael. You're so kind. I am honored to speak tonight, and I want to talk about this award that is given annually to nursing students of high academic standing who demonstrate involvement in the community with community service and have been recommended by someone that is in their educational institution in the nursing program, one of their educators. They write an essay, the students write essays that reflect dedication to the nursing profession, and they have to be a resident of Worcester County, and in a nursing program, they must have completed 1 year of an accredited 4-year BSN program, or attending a post-baccalaureate BSN program or RN to BSN program. I am so pleased to introduce this year's recipient of the award, Catherine Jones. Catherine is a BSN candidate at Assumption University. She began her nursing education at Becker College, transferring to Assumption upon Becker's unexpected closure. Catherine she has had many jobs in the healthcare field, beginning by obtaining her CNA certification at the early age of 16. In the words of the Assumption University Dean, Dr. Caitlin Stover, Catherine works as a CNA. Her work as a CNA enabled her to be flexible and adapt to each challenge with success. She is a passionate and hardworking student with excellent grades. Congratulations, Catherine. And next, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Worcester District Medical Society Alliance, once known as the Women's Medical Auxiliary. It was founded in 1948. Today, the auxiliary is the Worcester District Medical Alliance, and it's made up of men and women. It's an organization committed to the health and well-being of our community, and it has a long-standing history of collaboration with the Worcester District Medical Society, pioneering health initiatives. The Nursing Scholarship Program began in 1958, and we have awarded over 160 scholarships to nursing students. Fundraising events and member contributions are our main support for the Nursing Scholarship. In addition, we receive funds annually from the endowment of the Raymond Trust Fund, which was established in 1969 by past Alliance member Gertrude Raymond. Finally, the Passy Family Nursing Scholarship Award in perpetuity has recently been established to honor the nursing professionals in the Passy family. The Alliance is very grateful to the Passy family for this special award and their generous contribution. Thank you so much to the passees. Also, thank you to our membership, to our Nursing Scholarship Committee members for your time, your generosity, and your energy. We couldn't do it without you. If you wish to donate, please visit our webpage at the WDMS website. Thank you so much. It is an honor.
So I guess that concludes the awards ceremony, and we're going to turn it back to our wonderful president, Dr. Giles Whalen.
Thank you, Michael. It's always nice to be introduced by you, I have to say. Anyway, it is an honor here to be sitting up and presiding over all this wonderful work and everybody who is so deserving of recognition for all that they do in this community. We have more stuff coming up, which I think is on the next slide, and recent events. So this is just to give you a sense of this same community spirit that's still alive and thrumming away even as recently as a week ago, actually, with the medical students running a Bell Hill cleanup. There's more of that apparently on the way. We have the House of Delegates meeting for the Mass Medical Society coming up, which those of you who are on the call and are delegates, we would love to have you. And you don't even have to be a delegate. You can come as a member guest and watch the back and forth at the House of Delegates meeting. We have the second annual Holiday Medical Moth Program coming up in mid-December. And then we go quiet for a little bit after that. But Eve Mangus and Sean Boyden should be able to lead us in inspiring stories as they lead the Med Moth program. In February, we're going to have the annual oration by Dr. Ann Larkin, who is the Assistant Vice Provost for Undergraduate Medical Education and has just led a curriculum reform review of the and implementation for the UMass Medical School to talk to us about what the medical students need to know in 2022 going forward. So there's a lot going on. We want to keep it going. We're hoping to have the annual business meeting in April in person, but right now I just feel privileged to be part of a group like this, and we'll coast on the glory of the evening. Congratulations to all of the recipients. Thank you to the committee members for doing all this great work and selecting such great candidates. So with that, I'll call it to a close for tonight. Thank you.